good morning, good afternoon, partners and friends. Before we officially start our program, we just want to know who are joining us now. There are questions now flashed on your screen. Please read the questions and key in your answers. We just want to know who are joining us in this event. Please make sure to scroll down so you can see all the questions. Let's just wait for more people to participate in our Zoom poll. You can see the Zoom poll on your screen right now. And don't forget to scroll down to see all the questions. Thank you to everyone. Let's just wait for more to key in their answers. Oh. Okay. Okay, so a lot of those who are joining us here are young people. We have from 19 to 30 years old and also 31 above, but also we have our more senior colleagues joining us here. And we have more male participants right now compared to the female, but hopefully some will also join the later part of the program. And of course, we have a lot of representatives or participants from the farmers organizations and cooperatives and the civil society organizations. So of course, we also have here our partners from the UN agencies, our development partners, as well as we also have some participants from the government. Hello, welcome to our event. Thank you for joining us. And we have more participants from the Southeast Asia region and followed by South Asia. And we also have some participants from the Pacific Islands and Central Asia. Of course, our development partners from Europe are also joining us, and we have also from other areas of the world. Thank you and welcome to our event. And to officially start our program, I now give the floor to my colleagues, John, Junie, Bernie, and Leo.
Greetings, everyone.
Welcome to the ARISE and Challenge Fund Knowledge Management or KM Fair.
It is our pleasure to share with you the achievements and lessons from ARISE, APFP, and FO4A.
So, without further ado, let us start the program.
Once again, welcome everyone. And now let's celebrate the Knowledge Management Fair for APFP, ARISE, and FO4A.
And we are happy to note that as we close the program, assuring family farmers' resiliency amidst COVID-19, we are able to recover the fund and it is now ready for the next use.
You're correct, Miss Bernie. Everyone took the responsibility in ensuring that the grant we received from IFAD can be reused by the next set of farmers.
Right.
And we intend to continue recovering the funds to reach out to more farmers. Right, Leo?
Yes, Junie. And now, to formally start our program, let's all welcome the Secretary General of AFA, Ms.
Esther
Esther
Penuña.
Penuña.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, depending on your location as of this moment. Welcome to today's Knowledge Management Fair on improving economic services to members. This fair would like to showcase some good results of project implementation of 3 complementary projects for small-scale women, men, and young family farmers in Asia Pacific. As you all know, the COVID-19 pandemic struck 2 years ago and brought 50 million more hungry people in Asia. Amongst them are family farmers and food producers whose production and marketing activities were disrupted due to the travel and mobility restrictions imposed by our governments as part of their national COVID-19 pandemic responses. With the support of IFAD, AFA and La Via Campesina is currently implementing, since 1.5 years ago, in September 2020, this project called ARISE Farmers, or Assuring Resiliency of Family Farmers Amidst COVID-19, covering 8 countries. The project is providing resiliency funds, which is basically a revolving fund that members of eligible farmers' organizations can access to provide enhanced production support on crops with short production cycles that should contribute quickly to enhance domestic food production. The ARISE Farmers was a supplemental project to the Asia Pacific Farmers Program, or APFP, which was also being implemented by AFA and La Via Campesina with the support of IFAD, which started implementation in 2019, or a year before ARISE Farmers. The APFP aims to build the capacities of farmers' organizations to provide sustainable, demand-driven business and technical services to their members and engage in effective policy dialogue for the improved livelihoods and incomes of smallholder farmer producers in Asia and the Pacific. And then last year, AFA and La Via Campesina received support from the European Union to implement a project complementary to APFP called Farmers Organizations for Asia, or FO4A. The FO4A continues the work of APFP, supporting the ambitions of FOs to provide economic and technical and services to their members so that their members can have viable, profitable engagements with markets and integration in value chain based on the social and environmental sustainability and resilience of the method of production and transformation. So as you can note, the common thread in all these 3 projects is providing capacities to FOs to provide economic services to members. And the result that we want to see is that down at the local level, village or town or province, their services gave increased incomes or better sense of well-being to their members. We thank IFAD and EU for the constant support to family farming organizations in the Asia-Pacific region, for enabling us, for challenging us to improve the way we deliver economic services to our members. This Knowledge Management Fair will provide updates or progress and will share the initial work of partner farmers organizations who are implementing these 3 projects. We hope to hear their stories, their achievements, their challenges, how they overcame these challenges. We are here to get lessons that we can learn from each other because we know experience is the best teacher, and only when we listen and reflect on the experiences of oneself and others that we get to truly capture and learn the lessons that we can apply to be much better in our future work. Now, let the fair begin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Esther. And you know, John, when we started this program, we were really not sure because this is the first time that we are running and implementing a loan-based program. So we are a little unsure what will happen. So, but now we were able to prove that it's going to be a success. We owe it to the farmers and the farmers organizations that ARISE Farmers Program is successful.
I totally agree with you, Ms. Bernie. And now, to continue with our program, let us welcome the Grant Manager of ARISE, APFP, and FO4A, Mr. Hubert Guara.
So first of all, I would like to thank you very much for being there to this important event. And I think it is the right time to do this knowledge management events between APFP, FO4A, and ARISE. ARISE is ending on the IFAD side, but it's going to continue under the revolving funds. I think these last 2-3 years, there was a lot of innovation brought into this free program through mainly, this economic services approach. Of course, the policy aspect has continued, but the economic services approach has put more emphasis about the market, about business plan, about professionalization of the farmers' organization. Through ARISE, there was this innovation with revolving funds, and the way in between farmers' organization, a fund dedicated to production and marketing can be managed. Of course, is extremely key to be able to measure what we do. So I will not be too long. I'm very keen to follow, the different interventions and to see what are the results and what are the knowledge we can withdraw from this workshop. Again, congratulations to the team for the introductive, Build Back Better. It was very informative. And I wish to all, a very good knowledge management events. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hubert, not only for your speech, but more so for your continued trust and support to our farmers' organizations.
Yes, Junie, and because of that, I am now very eager now to hear the presentations of the National Implementing Agencies of the ARISE program.
Please take note of your questions, if any, because after the presentations, there will be question and answer portion.
We will entertain questions, but depending on the time that is left. Now, we encourage everyone to just post their questions on the chat box so they can be answered later.
Please pay attention, especially if there are no questions, because you might be chosen by the will of fortune, which we will be explaining later.
Now, to share the experiences and accomplishments, let us put our hands together and welcome the national implementing agencies from Sri Lanka, Nepal, Pakistan, and Mongolia.
And also the national implementing agencies from Cambodia, Laos, Philippines, and Vietnam.
Thank you very much. I am also very much excited to listen to the reflections and sharing of our NIA partners in ARISE. But before that, perhaps it will be good to walk you through and provide context of what is ARISE. For our partners have just listened to us now, so it will give you some information about the project. So let me start by sharing what are really the key objectives of the assuring resiliency of family farmers amidst COVID-19, or in short, we call it the ARISE farmers. The key objective really of this project is to strengthen capacities of FOs to manage production support to members by expanding 4-piece partnership, producer, public-private partnership, to address the market access challenges brought about by the pandemic. Key actions includes provision of revolving fund for production and marketing, online communication and knowledge management support. We covered 8 countries, namely Mongolia, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. These are from East, Central, and South Asia, and another 4 countries in Southeast Asia, namely Cambodia, Laos, Philippines, and Vietnam. We have covered 185 farmers, organizations, and cooperatives, and the total project cost is 2 million, and it is being complemented by the Asia Pacific Farmers Program financed by IFAD. We were able to disburse around 1.9 million to all the countries. The support ranges from 200,000 to 300,000. So Pakistan received 16% of the ARISE fund, amounting to 300,000, Sri Lanka 220,000, Nepal 200,000, Mongolia 200,000, Cambodia 260,000, Laos 200,000, Philippines 270,000, and finally Vietnam 200,000. So 49% or almost around equal allocation goes to EXA, or the East, Central, and South Asia, and the other part goes to the Southeast Asia. Most of the funds were used for production. 52% of the revolving fund were used by the farmers' organization to directly support the production capital needs of their members. And 48% was used as working capital to purchase the produce of our farmers in times of pandemic. No? So this is the total utilization of the project. And we are happy to share with you that even as early as October 2021, we have already 96% repayment of all the revolving fund. And we are much happy to share with you that as of the moment, all of the revolving fund have been fully repaid and is now ready to be rolled out for the next phase. The ARISE project have shown us that with production support from ARISE, farmers were able to market their product better through 4-piece partnership, and the marketing and supply agreement were established, and potential partnership with financial institutions have been secured. So with this overall context, let us now listen to the learnings and reflection of our partner, NIAS. So NIAS, take it away.
The impact of ARISE as a response to COVID-19. So what was the availability of quality inputs? The ARISE loans helped solve the problems of finance that the farmer organizations could purchase and provide quality inputs at the right times to their members, and therefore they were able to take full advantage of the vegetable production seasons and the fruit production seasons. For bulk purchases, the ARISE farmers were able to buy required inputs collectively, which helped lower the prices due to purchasing in bulk. And the dependency on small or limited markets was actually reduced, because as the FOs were able to produce more and better quality product, they were able to sell this at better prices in bigger markets.
About the ARISE impact on women, actually, in this, according to the to our records, yes, only 35% of farmers whose size, who size the agreement to land as women. Yeah, only 35%, only 35, yes, 35%. 35% of women signed the agreement to land the to land ARISE fund. But actually, there is a lot of female farmers benefited from the project in both the direct and indirect ways. You know that in Vietnam, like many others, Asian countries, especially in rural area, the patriarchal mode still exists. So it means that in that most of family, the men are the one who will play the pivotal roles in the families, and they will represent the whole family to do the big things, the important things, like make decision or something like that. So actually in that case, so the men are the one who signed the agreement to lend the fund for the families. But the women also participated in productions in the family farmings or as the family contributions to their FO's production and operations.
ARISE impact on youth. That is more than 50% beneficiaries are youth in farmers member. And if you look the definition of the youth of Nepal, this is below the 40 years. So if you go to one house that the young boys also called youth, and his son and father both belongs to youth groups. So if we consider that more than 50% beneficiaries are farmers members and increase in their income level through access to finance and access to skill. Major concern of youth addressed by ARISE fund, that access to low cost financing without any collateral. This is the very good opportunity for them to have access of soft loan and access to skill for capacity development of young farmers through their respective cooperatives and marketing of agro product produced by themselves. This is also we can say that this is the very good model that was implemented during the ARISE implementation, that from central level to cooperative and cooperative to member. Act as a motivational factor, as the fund is startup fund which has helped them to expanding their business. I have already mentioned that we have injected a bit, but they are coordinating with the local government for the market to sell their product. So this is very good opportunity for them.
And ARISE impact on household. During COVID-19, members and people still have some work to do to making income. And the profits for ARISE fund, LFN member can expand the rice store facility, and member they can get the bidder to produce and making income for the next time, next cycle. And got the new roofing house, they can continue by using this fund. After they harvest, they sell, and they still have some roof, some beef to continue. And easy for farmer in the group and cooperative to sell their products.
If we look at the impact on the farm organizations, farm organizations were able to use ARISE to build goodwill between farm organizations and members, because most of the financial organizations were reluctant to lend, and there was no, reserved fund that was available for farm organizations to address at a time where cash flow was decreased, and people were not able to pay an interest and get a normal loan. So ARISE provided some space for the farmers to build the goodwill and cater to the needs of the farm organizations. Then negotiated other services such as insurance for loan beneficiaries. Some of the farm organizations were able to negotiate with Sansa Insurance in order to cover in order to get a loan protection, which supported the farm organizations to take the risk of lending at a time when cash flows were not guaranteed to come. For farm organizations during the COVID time, ARISE was able to cluster the farm organizations around products and build their social capital to engage in collective bargaining.
As to the challenges encountered during the implementation, these were the actions taken. Like, for instance, where even if the funds availability was quite timely during the COVID-19 crisis, many of the FOs under the NIA platform did not avail of the fund because of the very limited long term, which is restricted to one production cycle, just as not more than 6 months. So what we did, the 4 FO members of Agri-Co-op PH who do not belong to the NIA platform were considered as eligible for the fund, with AFA and Campil presenting no objection. Another challenge was 2 of the 7 co-ops who availed of the fund defaulted in their payment due to the disasters like flooding and typhoon that affected their production. The action taken was the Federation Agri-Co-op PH offered our internal agricultural loan window to the 2 defaulting co-ops, with the agreement that the proceeds will be used to pay up their ARISE loan. Another challenge was that the pandemic situation prevented more close monitoring of beneficiaries, the co-ops and the farmers, to get more detailed and on-site information because of travel restrictions. So what we did is we had more frequent communication through telephone, emails, and Zoom meetings to stay in touch. But still, it was really not enough.
Yes, support from partner. The first one, private sector company. The company have a play role for capacity building to AC leader on internal control system and standard based on the contract. Then we also ready, when we got the ARISE fund, we relieve fund to the AC. AC also, when we contact with the company for the organic line, the company also, we had the capacity building on the internal control system to the member and to the AC leader to help to follow up to all the member that are selling organic rice to the company. Second one, for the government. The government also happy to see AC get fund to run the business and also support to work on a witness with all the conduct. So the government, even if the government have no fund support to the AC, but the government authority, we also happy with the FNN or the another farmer organization that have the loan support to the AC for the running the business. And then the government also or authority, we also stand the witness with the contract with the company. For the NFO and NIA, NFO working with AC for process document based on ARISE, and also capacity building and meeting to be clear on ARISE, especially time to pay back. Near helping an FO to select subnational FO have a good commitment and business to ensure that they will have ability to pay back on time and also review document before release arrive. Yeah, the NIA also working with the subnational FO, for example, FCFD. FCFD also we have loan to the Bapnomian J. So NIA also facilitate with with FCAD, and FCAD facilitate with the Bapnomian J, and then to find any document that support to the ARISE loan, especially the commitment of the committee, AC of the committee, and the business plan.
Okay, lessons learned from this ARISE implementation. You know that the fund should be aligned with the local agricultural season, because last year it was really good, but in the future we really want to be aligned in the agricultural season. Like this year already our Kashmir season is now over, so we really need to be aligned with the season. Strict beneficiary number for the small country like Mongolia was a problem for us, because the minimum requirement for the membership of the recipient cooperative was 150 and above. So most of our cooperatives has a lesser membership. So they were willing to apply for the ARISE fund, but this was a restriction for them. We should have more simple ways to have a contract with the cooperatives, and the time frame of the loan should be more flexible due to the collecting materials and selling and receiving payments. And then also the training needed for the cooperative leaders on how to monitor and collect the data on the implementation of the project. Also training needed for the cooperative leaders to enter into the contracts and agreements. So thank you so much for your attention.
Xin giới thiệu với quý vị, đây là ông Vũ Văn Toàn, một thành viên tham gia vay vốn của dự án ARISE tại tổ hợp tác sản xuất con giống gia cầm thủy cầm xã Yết Kiêu. Và tôi xin ông cho biết được rằng là sau khi tham gia vay vốn của dự án thì cái hiệu quả nguồn vốn này mang lại cho tổ hợp tác mình như thế nào ạ?
Vâng, sau khi tổ hợp nở con giống vay vốn của dự án thì đã đem lại cho bà con tổ hợp nở con giống chúng tôi là có nguồn vốn để giải ngân cho các hội viên, và với hình thức là mua thức ăn chăn nuôi, trả tiền mặt ngay để cho công tác chăn nuôi không bị gián đoạn trong thời gian dịch bệnh Covid ạ.
Vâng, thế thì sau khi cái nguồn vốn này được tổ hợp tác mình các hộ tham gia đấy, thì ông có thể cho biết thêm được rằng là không bị gián đoạn, thế thì nó mang lại cái hiệu quả gì cho các hộ tham gia vay vốn?
Vâng, nhờ có nguồn vốn của dự án thì đã giải ngân cho các hộ chăn nuôi có tiền để mua thức ăn chăn nuôi cho công việc chăn nuôi, và có được nguồn trứng để cung cấp cho các nhà lò để liên tục phát triển.
Малчид маань жилдээ үеийн удаа орлого олдог. Хавар ноолор гарах үед 100 ноос тушаахад намар мал мах бэлтэх гээд манай хошооны хувьд аль шир ноос ноолор мах бэлтгэж зах зээлд нийлүүлдэг. Өнгөрсөн намар Азийн фермерүүдийн холбооноос хэрэгжүүлж буй ковид сар тахлын даван тулах хөтөлбөрт хамрагдаж эргэлтийн хөрөнгийн зээл авснаар гишүүдээс мал мах зах зээлийн үнээс арай ахуй үнээр буюу дунджаар махыг 300-аас 500 төгрөгөөр, малыг 10,000-аас 20,000 төгрөгөөр илүү худалдаж авсан. Энэ хэмжээгээр гишүүдийн орлого нэмэгдсэн байгаа. Мөн зээл авснаар махаа мөнгөний боломжоор шалтгаалan хурдан эргэлтэнд оруулахын тулд 7 хоног тутамд 15 хоног тээвэрлдэг байсан бол зээл авснаар үн ханшаа судлан өссөн үед 14-өөс сарын хооронд бол 20-35 вөнөр нийлүүлснээр хашаанд орох орлого маань өссөн байгаа.
Dako kay ko pasalamat sa Agrico PH nga di naka-loan kami sa ARISE nga nagamit namo sa pagpamalit sa produkto or commodity sa mga membro nga gi-deliver namo sa Davao. Nga ang nakasinati kami problema nga nag-stop buying sila pero padayon kami nga namalit sa mga produkto kaya aduna kami pang-sustain sa pagbayad ngadto sa mga farmer. Kay dili man pwede utangon ang mga commodity o mga produkto nga ginabaligya dire sa Medeco. Tungod sa rice pan, wala kami naghunong og pamalit ngadto sa mga farmer sa ilahang produkto. Bisan pa og nag-stop buying na ang market, wala na mamalit tungod sa pandemya. Pero kami padayon bisan pa og daghana kaayo ang amuang stock dito sa bodega. Kay aduna may loan nga gikan sa ARISE pan maoy ang mong gigamit sa pagpamalit. Kay kung wala pang ARISE pan, wala na mi ikabayad through cash kundi utangon na siguro namo ang maong nga produkto.
Yodgol parang katinan dira pahinda. සන්නසට සම්බන්ධ වුණේ 2007 විතර වගේ. ඒ කාලේ ඇත්තම මට අත්දැකීම් දැනීම් අඩුයි. ඉතින් පොඩි පාර්ටියෙන් දෙකෙන් තමයි මම මේ කරගත්තේ. ඒ කරගත්තේ එක මට හිතුණා මේක මට අම්මත් අසනීපේලා හිටපු හින්දාම දිගටම මම ඒක කරගන්න ඕනේ මේ ගෙදරින් ඉඳලා කියලා. මට ඊට පස්සේ ගොඩක් අසනීප වුණා, කැන්සර් එකක් හැදුනා. මගේ අත කැඩුණා. අත කැඩුණාට අත මම උදැල්ල මේකට තියාගෙන මේ අතේ මුදුරු ගෑවි. මටත් මේ 30000 හම්බුනේ එක මට ගොඩක් ලොකු හේවයක් වුණා. කොටසක් මට බියදන් උනේ අනිත් කොටස මම තියාගෙන ඉන්නවා මේවට වතුර ප්‍රෙස් එකක් දාගන්න. ඒකත් මට ලේසියිනේ මේ වැඩ කරන්නයි මේ වැඩවල ගහන්නයි ගොඩක් අමාරුයි. මම ඔය ලීයක් ඇතුවත් ඔක්කොම මගේ ශ්‍රමයෙන් තමයි මගේ තනියෙන් මම කාටවත් අඬ ගහන්නේ. දිගටම මම හොඳට නෑ මේ ණය ටික ගෙවා ගන්නවා. දැන් උනත් ඇරියස් එකක් නෑ මේ මාසෙත් 10 දාන්න තියෙන එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. කේල් ගහක් දෙකක් හදාගත්තාම කේල් කණක් කපුවම රුපියල් 3000ක් ගන්නවා. ඒක මට ලොකු ආදායමක්. ඇත්තමයි සංසත් ලොකු බීටුවහරක් අපිට ගෙසේට උපකරණ හම්බෙනවා. මේ දොල්තර හැම එකම හම්බෙනවා. 30000 හම්බුනේ එකට ලොකු බීටුවහරක්.
แล้วเขาได้ไปยืมเงินนำเครือข่ายสหกรณ์เกษตรกรลาวนี้จำนวน100 ล้านดอกเบี้ย 1% เอามาซื้อข้าวในพ่อแม่ประชาชนให้พ่อแม่ประชาชนได้ขายข้าวในราคาที่ถูกหมายความว่าเขาซื้อข้าวเก่าบวกขึ้นบวกลงหมายความว่าพ่อแม่ประชาชนซื้อที่ในแถวนี้หรือว่าในพื้นที่ซื้อที่แถวนี้ราคาล้น2,000เขาซื้อ2,000ข้าวเก่าที่เขาเคยซื้อมาเอามาซื้อข้าวแล้วได้กำไรเป็นว่า15 ล้านคัน15 ล้านนั้นเขาได้เอามาต่อเติมโดยเฉพาะมันมาเฮ็ดโรงเรือนเกี่ยวกับโรงอบโรงคัดต่อจำนวน15
ทางกลุ่มได้นำเอาเงินดังกล่าวไปแจกจ่ายให้สมาชิกเนาะคือว่าถึงว่าจะเป็นทุนระยะสั้นเนาะคือว่ามันก็ได้ช่วยให้สมาชิกพวกเขาในเอาเงินดังกล่าวเนาะไปซื้อหัวอาหารซื้อลูกหมูเนาะบางสมาชิกก็ได้ผลประโยชน์หลายเนาะได้ทางแม่พันธุ์ไว้เลี้ยงได้ทางหมูน้อยเนาะแล้วก็ถือว่ามีผลประโยชน์หลายเนาะให้สมาชิกผู้เลี้ยงหมูอยู่กลุ่มของพวกเขา
ผมครั้งเดียวสามัคคียกบาทมันจะตัวประจำนวน$30,000 $30,000นี่คือยืมปีบุญไข่ให้ยืมโยกtừ kinh sâuปีสมาชิกจำนวน84 โครงการน้องนุ๊กคือยืมkinh sâuนี้คือยืมบานkinh sâuสามพ้องให้ยืมkinh sâuสูตรพ้องsâuสามนู้คือมากระโลมาปอนปีโดยแต่มาปอนปีโดย3ให้sâuสูตรยืมkinhมาปอน4โดยให้ลุยนี้เบอร์ยืมกิจได้ยืมช่วยดอกสะกรมเจริญโดยสะกรมเกี่ยวกับนี้คือถ้าคว้าขาดลุยสำหรับติงเซลตรงไปลุกพ้องให้ยืนติงเซลกันเพียงกอลุกติดตีสาพองให้มุดมายางเทียบคือท่านโดยสามีระยะปีใครปีคือทำมีระยะปีระบุนใครให้บุกระบอยืนยังไอดอลน้ำคือทาละอเหมือนเต้นโดยสาเบอร์มันน้ำยังไอของไปลุกเชิงติงโซบานดอลบุญใครคือกระดิ่งยืนโยโมรีบจอมติ้งยืนลุก ស្រូវអត់ទាន់ចេញអស់ផងយើងត្រូវការដល់ខែ6ទៅវិញហ្នឹងហើយដែលជាបញ្ហាពិបាកហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាបើសិនជាគម្រោងនេះមានពេលអាចដល់ទៅ1ឆ្នាំក្នុង12ខែនេះគឺថាសប្បាយចិត្តមែនទែនដោយសារសហគមន៍ខ្ញុំបាទនេះគឺថាខ្វះលុយត្រូវការទិញបន្ថែមហើយបើសិនជាមានឱកាសដល់ថាល្អមែនទែនព្រោះថាក្រុមខ្ញុំដែលទិញស្រូវនឹងផងហើយនៅក្រុមផលិតក្រុមទិញមន់ដែលសម្រាប់កាប់ក៏គាត់ខ្វះខាតដែរគឺថាគឺអត់មានលុយទេសម្រាប់យើងទិញពីសមាជិករហូតដល់ឲ្យសមាជិកលក់ឲ្យយើងហើយយើងអត់មានលុយក៏លក់ឲ្យអ្នកផ្សេងថែមទៀតអានេះគឺថាជាបញ្ហាមួយហើយខ្ញុំជាសំណូមពររបស់ខ្ញុំថាបើសិនជាខាងគម្រោងនឹងមានឱកាសឲ្យខ្ញុំឆ្នាំពេញនេះគឺថាមានការសប្បាយចិត្តមែនទេ
Thank you very much, presenters, and Ms. Lani for the general overview of the ARISE. Thank you. So the full presentation was already sent to your emails. Right, Ms. Uni?
Yes, John.
Yeah. And now we have prepared something for you, the participants of today's event. Can you tell us some of it, Miss Junie?
Okay, so for the instructions, John will operate the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune will determine which country will respond to our prepared questions. So we also prepared some questions to answer by the participants, by the selected participants from the Wheel of Fortune. So
I'll spin this.
John, spin the wheel.
I'll spin this, and then whoever country was chosen will then answer our questions, right?
Yes.
First is
Lao.
Lao.
Anyone from Lao? So I will now
Any
share
representative?
Yes. So for our question, so this is based on the presentation from Philippines Agri-Co-op PH. So in the Philippines, how many percentage of women members were able to access the ARISE fund? A, more than 50%, or B, less than 50%. So anyone from the delegates in Lao?
Hi, Lao.
Lao here.
Let's call on some name. I think there's no one renamed under the country Lao. Shall we call on another one?
I think no one is here from Lao. So let's spin the wheel again for the next respondent.
Surely. And it's Cambodia.
So,
do you have representatives from Cambodia?
I think Sofal is here.
And here.
Hi, Sofal.
Okay.
Hi,
Question for you. So in the Philippines, how many percentage of women members were able to access the ARISE fund? A, more than 50%, or B, less than 50%?
A.
Are you sure,
A.
Sofal?
Yes.
Okay, so the correct answer is letter A, more than 50%. Congratulations, Sofal. Thank
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much.
Shall we call on another one?
Yep, last.
And it's from the Philippines.
Roy, are you going to answer? Or perhaps...
Anyone from Philippines may do.
Okay.
Except AFA.
So here's the
Okay.
question for the Philippines. So in Vietnam, how many percentage of women signed the agreement? So A, 35%, B, 55%, or C, 80%?
Go, Sir Roy.
I will answer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure
Yes,
po.
yes.
Okay, May.
See?
Okay, are you
C,
sure, Miss
80.
May? Okay, let's check the correct answer. It's
It's
letter
A.
A, 35%.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Yes.
You
But
can try next time.
yes, we
Yeah.
also have Q&A quiz later, which will be facilitated by Irish. So it's time for you
Yeah.
to uh,
Think more and have a
yes.
chance.
Yes.
And listen.
For
So
now, let's
now,
move on
mhm.
to the next part of the program. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, co-hosts. Really, ARISE brought about a lot of economic opportunities during the pandemic.
Right. And as I said earlier, we were never sure in the beginning. But look where we are now.
Yes, Bernie, the loan sort of laid a lot of economic setbacks during the pandemic. Also, the farmers and the farmers' organizations have proven that they can manage a
Yes.
revolving fund.
Yes, but take note, Theo, it's not just ARISE farmers that provided the economic services during the pandemic. We also have the Challenge Fund from APFP and FO4A.
Yes, Bernie, having mentioned the Challenge Fund, let's now hear from presentations from our implementers from India, SEWA, IMSE, and DECOR, and from the implementers in the Philippines
And Bangladesh.
and Bangladesh.
Yes.
This is the operational chart. In fact, in the very beginning, the farmers organization signed a memorandum of understanding with its members, farmers, and then they provided financial support to the selected members. After the cultivation, farmers organizations purchased the product of its members as agreed, and from the money the farmers or members are received from by selling their product, they repay all the loan. And after getting the product, the farmers organizations processed it, they paid it to RISE and sold it in the market. And then comes the final bonus for the farmers members. The farmers organizations got some profit from the selling of the final product to the market, and from the profit they also shared the profit among the farmers organizations, which was not possible before this situation. You can, from this table, you can get a summary of our of the challenges of our actions and the status of the situation. Lack of fund during the cultivation season, our action was providing interest-free loan, and status is that the problem was solved. Hard to get just price, our action was that products were purchased with just price. So the status once again is the problem is solved. Middling of the middleman, our action was share of the profit of the FO, and status is the problem was solved.
And what are the major problems and challenges that we have been able to address? So I think the major problem or the challenge that we, when we approached Challenge Fund, was of course that access to working capital at the start of the season was the biggest challenge, because farmers don't have access to cheap credit. So if they borrow from traders, they have to pay a heavy interest on that particular produce, on that particular capital, and they are left with almost negligible income at their hands at the end of the season. So I think what we were able to do with the Challenge Fund is that actually we were able to provide a working capital loan to these farmers at a low interest rate. And we were also able to customize the repayment schedule, because this customization of also the repayment schedule is important, because unlike a traditional lender who is very clear that every month you need to pay or there is a particular schedule that is fixed, what we are able to do is that based on the weather conditions, about the status of the crop, about drought or the natural kind of disasters that have that the farmers face, we are able to also customize the repayment schedule based on the harvesting time or when the crop is harvested. What we have seen is actually because of this, which we will come to a later slide, that is that there is an increase in profit, and this increase in profit, of course, because of lower interest rates. So we have been able to save on the interest rates. And the other thing, because we are working on a cluster mode, so in case of especially vegetables and cumin, they are able to also access quality inputs. Yeah. And then this particular harvesting season, what we have seen is that, like, because because SEBA follows a collective kind of a model where collectively decision making to production to marketing take place. So this collective marketing has led to better prices because we are able to create more volume. And of course, the sixth point is that we are able to provide, because we have larger volumes, we are able to directly access the market. So the price realization is far better because of the challenge.
What we have done in last 6 months, discuss our strength is the quality production. The farmers who grows in the field, they use limited chemical fertilization, limited use of fertilization, and strong. And from IMSE, we facilitate strongly with the government and other, and to the facilitate the community, even also in and facilitate for linkage with marketing and government department also. Our weakness is limited access of resources. This is because to build the infrastructure and to support the technology for a community, even gender-friendly technology. We can't provide gender-friendly technology, but for this, so this is our main weakness. Next is storage facilities in everywhere. For these three business wing, we have no proper storage facilities, even also no direct market linkage. All markets, till that all markets is linked through middlemen. Opportunity is the strong policy network. IMSE has the whole strong policy network, and we have the proper advocacy channel, and we have quality resource person. So this is our SWOT.
This is the impact of our intervention. By adopting the improved method of cultivation, farmers are mitigating the environment, and there is an increase in the productivity, which has improved the food and nutrition security of the farming families. We have increase in household income, where farmers are able to send their children to school, which has also reduced the school dropout rate in the community, and expansion of livelihood activities, as well as increase in the family savings. The collective marketing, which has also allowed the farmers to bargain better prices with the formation of the FOs, and also the farmers are able to avail the rights and entitlement through the collective efforts, that is through the FOs. This is how the project contributes towards the development of women and youth. With the program intervention, women have increased saving, improved nutritional intake, access to rights and entitlement. And for the youth have started to come back to the mainstream of development by leaving away their anti-social activities like gambling and alcoholic, and also they are meaningfully engaged in agriculture.
Now, on the lessons learned, one lessons that we learned from this is that with the changing environment, the changing market attitude, the problems that we face on markets that are basically influenced by outside factors, no? We need to continually innovate, no? On what we can produce on on the value of these coconut byproducts like the cocoa peat and the cocoa fiber. That basically is geared towards what the market needs right now. So second, although we wanted to go export on our product, but we focus first on supplying the local domestic market and develop our own the quality and the volume before we can go to the export market. And third, we have to innovate, to ensure that the supply of these raw materials continuously flows from the farm to the processing facility of the small coconut farmers. And we do this right now through farm clustering. It is new for the coconut farmers because for a long time, the coconut farmers would only do farming individually. They would deal with market individually. Right now, we are organizing them to deal with the market in an organized manner. Now, fourth is the importance or the crucial role played by partnership in sustaining the enterprises, like the producers, public and private partnership is very crucial to sustain the enterprise. Then fifth is we really need to strengthen the farmers' organizations and the involvement of their members in the value chain and enterprise. So thank you very much for listening. Hope to have a more fruitful conversation on the enterprise being done by the small farmers in our country. Thank you very much.
Ako si Alicia Helena Ligo ng Barangay Trinawan.
Ano po ang trabaho niyo bago kayo pumasok sa kantin?
Ako, ang trabaho ko, titindi ako ng kakanin. Sa yun lang.
Yun lang, paminsan-minsan na. So, kailan po kayo nagsimulang magtrabaho sa kantin?
Nagsimula ako magtrabaho sa Campbell, wala nang maggawa sila ng cocoa fiber.
Hindi mo na po matandaan.
Hindi ko na matandaan kung kailan yun.
Sige, okay po. Sa ngayon po, anong trabaho niyo sa kantin?
Ang trabaho ko sa kantin ngayon, gumagawa ako ng lubid, saka frontliner, saka yung isa,
flower base?
Flower base. Nagawa sa cocoa fiber.
Alam niyo po ba na itong cocoa fiber at cocoa coir ay mga produkto na pinunduhan ng ating Challenge Fund program? So, ang tanong ko po sa inyo ngayon, Nay, ano po ang naging epekto sa iyo ng pagtatrabaho sa kantin?
Malaki ang naging epekto sa akin sa pagtatrabaho ko sa kantin kasi nakatulong sa aking pamilya yung pagtrabaho ko doon. Dahil yung sahod ko, bibili ko ng pang-araw-araw namin.
Mabuti naman po ulit nakatulong sa inyong pagtatrabaho sa kantin.
Malaki.
Yun lang po. Maraming salamat po, Nay Alice.
Salamat din. Salamat.
কৃষিপ্রধান বাংলাদেশের কৃষকদের অবস্থা সন্তোষজনক নয়। প্রয়োজনীয় মূলধনের অভাবে উৎপাদন মৌসুমে উচ্চ সুদে ঋণ গ্রহণ, উৎপাদিত ফসলের আশানুরূপ মূল্য না পাওয়া, মধ্যস্বত্বভোগীদের দৌরাত্ম্য, বিপণন ব্যবস্থার বিশৃঙ্খলা সহ আরো অনেক জটিলতার মধ্যে দিয়ে কৃষক হয়ে যাচ্ছে জিম্মি।
আমরা ধান জন চাষ করি, আমাদের কাছে পুঁজি থাকে না। এই পুঁজির জন্য মহাজনের কাছ থেকে টাকা নিতে হয়। তারা বেশি করেই টাকা আমাদের কাছ থেকেই হাজারে হলো 100-200 টাকা করে নেয়। কি করবো, পুঁজি কম আমাদের। যারা ব্যবসা করে এরা দাম কম দেয়, 800 টাকা মন দেয়, কিন্তু আমাদের তো পোষায় না এই টাকায়।
এশিয়া প্যাসিফিক ফার্মার্স প্রোগ্রাম বাংলাদেশের বিভিন্ন অঞ্চলে 20টি কৃষক সংগঠনের সদস্যদের আর্থসামাজিক উন্নয়নের লক্ষ্যে কাজ করে যাচ্ছে। এই প্রোগ্রামের মূল লক্ষ্যই হলো কৃষক সংগঠনগুলোকে দলভিত্তিক ব্যবসায় অনুপ্রাণিত করা, তাদের আর্থিক সহায়তা প্রদান করা এবং কৃষক বান্ধব পলিসি অ্যাডভোকেসি করা। দিনাজপুর বিভিন্ন ধরনের সুগন্ধি চালের জন্য বিখ্যাত। এই বিষয়টিকে মাথায় রেখে দ্বিগুণ সিআইজি ক্লাব সুগন্ধি চাল উৎপাদনের লক্ষ্যে একটি ব্যবসায়িক পরিকল্পনা হাতে নেয়। এপিএফপি প্রোগ্রামের আওতায় এই প্রকল্প বাস্তবায়নের জন্য প্রাথমিক পর্যায়ে 150 জন কৃষককে মোট 4,60,000 টাকা আর্থিক সহায়তা প্রদান করা হয়েছে, যার মধ্যে 83 জন পুরুষ এবং 67 জন নারী কৃষক।
গ্রামের কৃষকরা আছে যারা আমরা অল্প টাকায় জমি চাষ করি, হাতে টাকা থাকে না, অন্যের কাছ থেকে মহাজনের কাছে নিতে হয়, আবার বাকিতে নিতে হয়। শেষে দেখা যায় ফসল তোলার পর কিছু লাভ হাতে আসে না, সব টাকা মানুষকে দিয়ে শেষ হয়ে যায়। সমবায় সমিতি থেকে 10,000 টাকা ঋণ নিচ্ছি, নেওয়ার পর আমরা কৃষি কাজে লাগাইছি। সেখান থেকে আমার 10,000 ঋণ পরিশোধ করার পর আমি বাকি হাতে পাইছি 3,440 টাকা। এই ঋণটা নেওয়াতে আমার খুব লাভ হয়েছে, কৃষকের সবারই লাভ হয়েছে এই ঋণটা নেওয়া।
আমি দ্বিগুণ ক্লাব থেকে 3 ভাগে লাভ পেয়েছি। 10,000 টাকা লোন নেওয়ার পরে কোনো শূন্য নেই, তারা আবার ন্যায্য মূল্যে আমার ধানটা নিচ্ছে। তারা যে চাউল নিয়ে যে প্যাকেটিং করতেছে, চাল বিক্রি করার পরে আমাদেরকে লাভ দিচ্ছে তারা এই দ্বিগুণ ক্লাব থেকে।
আমরা যেটা স্বপ্ন দেখছি, আমাদের সমিতির মেম্বার আরও বেড়ে যাবে। আমরা যে চালটা ব্র্যান্ডিং করতেছি বা এই ব্র্যান্ডিংটা আমরা আরও বড়সড় আকারে আমাদের দিনাজপুর এবং সারা বাংলাদেশে যাতে এটা ছড়িয়ে ছিটিয়ে যায়, সেটার উদ্দেশ্য নিয়ে আমরা কিন্তু কাজ করে যাচ্ছি।
So thank you very much for the presentation. Earlier, we have watched all the presentation from ARISE, from Southeast Asia, East and Central Asia, as well as the Challenge Fund. Now we are happy to have a representative from the Pacific, staying very late at night on a different time zone. We would like to request Kyle from PFON, from our partner in the Pacific, to also share their story. So Kyle, please take the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to all of our colleagues at APFP and ARISE and FO4A. We are happy to just share only one short story from APFP, which is about building a community of farmers, researchers, and processors around one commodity. So this is about our breadfruit service center, which we are calling Breadfruit People. So I'm very happy to share with you a short video, only lasting three minutes. But before I play that, I would just like to congratulate all of the farm organizations for the wonderful videos and documenting of the lessons learned. It's been very enjoyable to watch over the last hour. So congratulations and congratulations to AFA. And now I'll share my video. Please let me know if in case there's a problem with the audio.
Hi, there's no audio.
There's no audio, yeah. You can just unshare first, Kyle, and then share again. Make sure that you tick the box, share sound.
Okay.
Unshare first. You unshare first, stop sharing first. Then you
Okay,
share
stop.
again.
Okay.
Okay, then you share again. Make sure that when the prompt comes out, you tick the box on the lower left-hand corner, share sound.
Sorry about that. I don't see the share sound. Let me see.
Kyle, we can share it if it's
Okay,
okay.
please. Please, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Kyle. Very nice presentation. I think you have led all of us in this very nutritious, underutilized, but highly resilient crop. We'll take your leadership on that. We also have a contest, a social media event. I think we have shared it to you, the cooking contest for all women using this type of fruit. So we expect more sharing from the Pacific on this. So thank you very much, Kyle. Thank you so much. And thank you for staying. We know it's a different time zone there. Thank you.
And I hope you are still awake, because for this one, for this game, you will need to be awake to participate. And Okay, we'll have a mini quiz online. There is a link shared in the chat box. Please go to that link, click the link, and once you are in the platform, type in your name and then click join. The link is in the chat box. Please click that link and join our mini game. This will just take a few minutes. Let's just have a quick break from listening to all the presentations. Let's just wait for more participants to join. We now have 7. Let's just wait for more. Please join this game. This will just be very quick, interactive game. Let's just wait for a few more participants to join. Just click the link, type your name, and then click join. The link is in the chat box. Okay, more people are joining us. Let's just give them a few more seconds to join. This will be a mini quiz, and the questions are also related to the project implementation. Let's just wait for a couple more participants to join, then we will start. Please join us. The link is in the chat box. This will be fun, so you can have a break from listening to all the presentations and watching the videos, the impact videos from project implementation. Okay, so I guess we now have enough participants. So we already started the quiz. Please read it. It's flash on your screen, and you have choices to choose from. Key in the correct answer. And let's see the result of the first question. If you got the correct answer. Yes, only one among the participants got the correct answer. Let's go to the next one. So in this country, 61.9% of their ARISE beneficiaries are youth. What NIA do you think this is? Is it Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal, or Mongolia? Key in your answer now. And then, yeah, let's see what the correct answer is. It's Mongolia. Let's check who are. Oh yeah, Bernice is still leading, and yeah, Mr. Roy Ribo got the correct answer. Don't worry, you can still keep up. This is the next question. This NIA supported vegetable production, marketing, beekeeping, livestock farming, and tea garden management. Which NIA do you think this is? This is Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Nepal, or Pakistan? Key in your answers now, and let's see the results. Nepal is the correct answer for that question. And Bernice is still leading. Kajol got that one because they are the implementer. And also Miss May is now on the top also, as well as Uyen and Mr. Roy Ribo. Don't worry for those who haven't got yet. We still have the chance. This is the next question. Using the ARISE funds, this NIA was able to support a total of 48 FOs in terms of their production. What NIA do you think this is? Philippines, Vietnam, Pakistan, or Mongolia? And let's see the results. The correct answer is Vietnam, and Miss May is now the leading among the participants, followed by Uyen and Miss Bernie and Mr. Roy Ribo. And this is the last question for our mini quiz. In this country, more than 80% of the rice beneficiaries are women. Is this Nepal, Vietnam, Laos, or India? What country do you think this is? A lot of you has answered India, but the correct answer for this one is Nepal, because India is not implementing the ARISE program. So let's take a quick look on the leaderboard. Miss May, Kajul, and Miss Bernie are leading. And yeah, Uyen, Chi, also Sir Roy, and we also have a lot of participants, Mr. Sok, John, Kyle, Miss Alma, May, and Nilu also got a correct answer. And okay, so thank you everyone for participating. That ends our mini quiz, and I now give the floor back to my colleagues, John, Junie, Bernie, and Leo.
And now to give us the regional perspective of our lessons and achievements from ARISE, APFP, and FO4A, let us now welcome our program coordinator, Ms. Lani Rebagay.
Thank you again, Bernie and Leo, and especially to all our NIAs. Thank you for inspiring us with your beautiful stories of how you endeavor to improve your economic services to your small-scale farmer members. At this point, as Leo and Bernie said, allow me to provide you with a regional summary of our accomplishment for 3 programs: the ARISE Farmers, the Asia Pacific Farmers Program, and the Farmers Organization for Asia, which is both financed by IFAD and EU. Given these 3 programs, we're able to reach 22 countries in Asia Pacific, partnering with 93 national farmers organizations and working through their subnational FOs, 2,777, and collectively they represent around 26.9 million small-scale women, young, and men farmers in Asia Pacific, and 5 million of which are women and 2.8 million are young farmers. Aside from the ARISE Farmers, which is basically a COVID response, providing revolving fund or recoverable grant to our partner FOs, we also have a challenge fund supported by APFP and FO4A. The challenge fund has a regional component and a national level component. Regionally, we allocated 400,000 earmark fund to support business plan. 260,000 of that goes to East, Central, and South Asia, and 140,000 goes to Southeast Asia. In addition to this regional fund, some countries have also allocated from their national budget a challenge fund, like Mongolia, Bangladesh, Philippines, and Myanmar. We have received around 30 proposals. 19 of them were prioritized and 16 were given no objection by IFAD. And now all these projects are in various stages of implementation. There are different kinds of enterprises supported by the Challenge Fund. 7.37% are involved in crops, 5% in livestock, 3% in poultry, 1% in fishery, 5% on production inputs, organic fertilizer, etc. And there are other small equipments as well. In terms of farmers who are directly benefited by this challenge fund, 27% or 860 were male and 13% are youth. And we're happy to share with you that 60% of the challenge funded projects are women. This is something that we are happy to share with you. And all these initiatives and support, both from ARISE, from the Challenge Fund, leads to increase in income. We have initially targeted 44,711 farmers with increase in income of 30%. But at the end of the year, we're able to deliver 46,469 farmers with at least 30% increase in income. And of course, there are also recorded increase in income less than 30%, around 93,504. So in all of this, one of our major learning is that regionally coordinated and nationally implemented collective and complementary action by, for, and with Federation Farmers Organization is a quick and efficient delivery mechanism, particularly in times of pandemic. Because this federated structure have established communication network and have direct knowledge of the context and capacities and have established social capital on the ground. Second lesson is that with farmers organizations as the conduit for financing, the issue of information asymmetry is addressed. The recipient of the revolving fund are well known to the farmers organizations since they have prior record or membership data, which makes the cost of knowing your client less and more reliable. The risk is also reduced since the farmers organization is able to select credible and qualified recipient. The ease of accessing the fund, both in terms of time and cost, in terms of very simple procedure, was assured due to the proximity of the FOs and co-ops to their members. The revolving fund approach is empowering. It helped develop greater sense of solidarity and responsibility among the farmers. The recipient of the fund were encouraged and motivated to pay back so that other fellow farmers will also be benefited. Leveraging the ARISE funding to expand partnership marketing contracts with private sector through the producer public-private partnership, or the 4Ps, proved to be a sustainable way of ensuring that there are different stakeholders who also have an ownership to the project. So these lessons were basically drawn from our experience in ARISE. But looking at the overall picture, our key takeaway message is this: the direct financing of IFAD to Federated Farmers Organization increases the opportunity to create synergy between government, public sector, and the farmers organization. The IFAD grant utilized as a revolving fund by FOs with clear mechanism for accountability and transparency, implemented in an effective and efficient manner, is a natural ingredient for sustainability and resiliency. With this, we are very happy to say that farmers organization are important conduit, and are service providers themselves. They are not only recipient and beneficiaries, but they are credible service providers because they get their mandate primarily from the small-scale farmers. Again, congratulations to everyone, and we thank IFAD, and all our donor partners, EU, and also our agri-agency partners for working with us in improving the economic services to our small-scale family farmers. Thank you very much.
So there, the key achievements and lessons shared by our Challenge Fund implementers.
Now that we have some ideas on the economic projects under APFP-FO4A, Challenge Fund, and ARISE, it is now time to vote.
That means we get to choose the best entry. To share with us the voting mechanics, here are our KM Fair hosts, Amir and Irish.
Thank you, John. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. We hope you still have a lot of energy because you will be needing that for this next activity. You have heard the success stories and good practices presented by the NIAs. Now, we will choose the best one from all these good practices from the implementing partners of ARISE and APFP-FO4A. Before this event, we have shared links to the country presentation, case studies, and videos from our NIAs. We hope you were able to watch or read these materials, because you will choose the best among these here in our KM Marketplace.
KM Marketplace is where we showcase the best practices through case studies and feature stories from our implementing partners under the ARISE and APFP-FO4A. Traditionally, KM Marketplace is conducted face-to-face. The NIAs submit their best stories, and these are printed out and exhibited in the meeting venue, where we also conduct regional meetings. We give NIAs and partners play money, and they are given time to go around the exhibit area, and they put the money under the item or entry they want to vote for. The item that gathers the highest amount wins. In past KM Fair events, the winner is awarded $1,000 to be used for a learning visit to another country that is also implementing the same program.
This time, we will hold the KM Marketplace virtually using Excel. Instead of play money, each country will be given 10 points that they will use to buy or vote for the entries that they think are the best. To make the process go smoothly, only one representative per country will be given access to the Excel file, and this will be the NIA coordinator. However, all participants from each country will participate in the decision-making process on which entries to vote for. We will put all participants per country in a breakout room for 15 minutes, so you can discuss among yourself which case studies you will vote for. The NIA coordinator will be the representative for the official voting and will also act as the facilitator of the breakout session. Our development partner will also vote, but they cannot give 10 points to one entry. They can only give a maximum of 5 points per entry.
You can see now on your screen a demo on how to vote. There are labels on top and also here on the left side of the Excel file. The labels on top are the entries which you will vote for or your options. This column on the left side are the voters. Please move only on the row assigned to your country. Under the country you want to vote for, type the points you want to give to that entry. For example, if you want to give 3 points to Cambodia, type the number 3 in the cell under Cambodia in your country's row. Please remember to only move horizontally. At the right end of the Excel file, you will see the total points you have already given. If you exceed 10 points, your vote will be invalid, so you have to revisit your votes. Some NIAs that are not participating in the KM Fair are still allowed to vote. Please note that you cannot vote for an entry from your own country. You have to vote for entries from other countries. And please also note that you have to vote for at least 2 entries, meaning you cannot put all your 10 points under one entry only. And to make this session more exciting, the NIA that will win the highest total number of points will be awarded a learning exchange within the region for the year 2023 amounting to $3,000. The winners will claim the prize as soon as the RIA approves the learning exchange proposal.
In order for you to decide which entries you will pick, you will now be directed to a breakout room per country. Each breakout room will be facilitated by the NIA coordinator in your country. The RIA staff will also join some of this breakout room in case you have questions. You have 15 minutes to discuss among yourself and agree which among the entries you will vote for. You should be able to agree and finalize which entries will vote for. We already sent the link to the NIA coordinators. Please open the Excel file while you are discussing among your country participants which entries you will vote for. The country that will get the highest total win this KM Fair Marketplace.
Just a reminder, only the NIA coordinator or your representative from the country can access the Excel file, but everyone can see it on screen as the voting is ongoing. We hope the instructions are clear, and if you have other questions, our RIA team will join in your breakout group. So now let's go to the breakout rooms so we can start voting.
Welcome back to the plenary. We hope you had fun with this session and voted for the deserving entries. During the face-to-face KM fair, we always look forward to the marketplace because it is always fun. Good luck to all the entries. For now, let us move to the next session, which is the awarding or recognition of the best performing NIAs. I invite my colleague, Leni Rebagai, to join me in the next session.
Okay, thank you very much, Amir. We are now on the part where we will be recognizing the various performers, best performers. So in 3 projects, we will ARISE, APFP, and FO4A. We would like to congratulate everyone, all the partner NIAs, all other partners for a bountiful harvest. While we recognize that everyone have done their best, we would like also to recognize those who have done an exemplary performance. So we will have different awards. So next page, please, Amir. So we have different categories of awards. For ARISE, we have one important award for the most number of cycles. This is the how many numbers of cycle they were able to refinance the ARISE fund. And both for ARISE and APFP Challenge Fund, we will award those who have given more support to the women, youth, and more beneficiaries, individual beneficiaries, and also most number of FPs, organizations that has really supported. And also groups who have engaged more for this partnership. And lastly, we will have an award for the most responsive. So may I call on my colleague Amir to introduce the presenters of the award. Back to you, Amir.
Thanks, Lenny, for introducing the awarding. Now, the time for announcing the recognition. As you know, we already completed scoring. Now, I'm handing over for ARISE awarding session to our IFAD friends, Mr. Alok Kumar Singh. Mr. Alok is an expert on agribusiness, market analyst with 18 years experience in 23 countries on banking, special financing, vehicle, value chain, private sector engagement. Currently, he is engaged with IFAD and AFA. Please, Alok, take it away.
Thank you, Amit. So, we all know ARISE was envisaged in response to challenges faced by farmers due to the pandemic that affected their formal and informal access to finance. And congratulations to everyone, because it was implemented very successfully, more than the expectation. So for the outstanding achievement, the first country is Cambodia, which has most number of individual farmer recipients and most number of 4Ps engagement. For most number of FOs, farmer organizations that have benefited under ARISE, Vietnam is being recognized for outstanding achievement. And for most number of cycles where they could able to revolve the ARISE fund within a year, Mongolia is being recognized. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Alok. Thank you, Alok. Now we are going to awarding of APFP-FO4A Challenge Fund by Nilu Sena Suryarchi. Mr. Nilu, by training, he is an agricultural technologist and management specialist. Currently, he is working with IFAD for a developing relationship with the various stakeholders in like private sector, government, and FOs, the farmer organization, for planning, implementing, monitoring, and evaluation of agribusiness, market, and value chain program. Please, Nilu, floor is yours.
Thank you, Amir, and I hope I'm audible. Good morning and good afternoon to you all. So, with respect to Challenge Fund, I think it's a wonderful initiative that we have taken together, especially to identify the the potential initiative which has been already grounded at that moment, and whether we can scale those up with additional financing. So, we have looked into several models like geographical expansion and also product diversification within the organization itself, and we have managed to finance quite a number of interventions. So there were very good response from our NIAS, National Implementation Agencies. So let me announce the winners for the different categories. So for the first category, it's actually Challenge Fund awardees for the most number of farmer recipients within the intervention itself, and also the most number of women and youth incorporation within the intervention. So that goes to Cambodia. And the second award is actually for the most number of schools embedded in this partnership. So that award goes to Philippines. So let me congratulate both these NIAs, and also not forgetting the final award that is for a most responsive NIA, because there were many number of NIAs already involved with this challenge fund activities. So let me congratulate again Laos, representing Southeast Asia, and also Pakistan, Central and South Asia, for being very responsive, answering our queries by giving quick responses. So congratulations to you all. Look forward to have a similar kind of partnership with our FO4 Asia as well. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Nilu. We have already got the ARISE and APFP-FO4A, the Challenge Fund winners. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Hubert Boyer, Grant Manager of ARISE, APFP and FO4A of IFAD, for announcing the award of the KM Fair. Please, Hubert, take it away.
Thank you so much, Amir. And again, congratulations to all the NIAs and for their commitment and for their outstanding result in this very difficult period. So based on the result, I am pleased to nominate Vietnam as a winner, followed by Laos and Mongolia. Thank you and congratulations to all of you again.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you for all the winners. And for these 3 winners, particularly for the grand winner, was the highest vote. As usual, you can make a proposal, a learning visit proposal, and then you can submit, and once approved, you can claim your prize. The maximum learning visit fund is $3,000. So, and that will be for next year. So, this knowledge management fair recognizes and would like to give incentive for you to learn more. So you can make a short proposal with small funds, and you can top it up, and you can visit some technologies you would like to learn more. So thank you very much for all the winners and for all who have submitted their entries. So back to the host. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lenny, for everything is clear now. Now we have already got all of our winners. Now, congratulations to all. So, and thanks to our IFAD colleague Alok, Nilu, and Hubert. Now I would like to invite colleagues Leo and John to take over the next session. Leo and John.
Thank you, Amir, and congratulations to all winners. Building on the success of the first round of ARISE, we are now moving forward. Now let's watch a short video on the new ARISE.
that raises your curiosity. Now, to hear more about the details of the new ARISE, may we call on Ms. June.
Okay, so good morning and good afternoon to our partners and colleagues who are with us today for our Knowledge Management Fair for ARISE-APFP Challenge Fund. So as a continuation of the ARISE implementation, I am now going to present a brief summary of what's with the ARISE Recoverable Grant. So it will be the continuation of the ARISE implementation that will start on June 1, 2022. So meaning we will be opening the call for expression of interest to be the NIA for ARISE for the existing countries in Southeast Asia. So namely Laos, Cambodia, Philippines, and Vietnam. So in East, Central, and South Asia, we have Mongolia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan. So the implementation is targeted to be completed for the second phase until May 2023. And we will still use the same logo as you can see on the right side of your screen. So next, for the agenda, this one, before I proceed with the presentation, here's a quick overview on what we are going to discuss today. So we will cover the ARISE objectives, principles on the design of ARISE Recoverable Grant, eligible projects and proponents, and process and workflow and timeline of activities. So for the fees, grants, and duration, and amount per commodity, we will all discuss it during our separate bilateral discussion on June 2022. So for the ARISE Recoverable Grant objective, so this one is our first agenda today. So we have identified 5 objectives. So for our first objective, this is to strengthen the capacity of our farmer organizations and its members. So meaning, under this objective, we aim to continuously focus on the production capital for the farmer members and working capital to the farmer organizations. We also aim to give them the lowest possible fees and charges that will help them increase their capacity to sustain their operations. So for our second objective, this is to expand their 4Ps engagement. So it means that we will retain the existing 4Ps and establish more 4Ps partnerships or agreements within the farmer and FO level. So this will cover both the private and public partnerships where they can secure the quality and cost of their inputs through the supplier contracts. And in terms of the price of their produce, they can also secure it through the marketing contracts. And of course, a possibility to enhance their technical skills and knowledge through the provision of technical support and assistance from their partners. So next, for our third and fourth objective, this is to improve market access of our farmers and farmer organizations. So aside from 4Ps engagement that will enable them to have a secure market, we also aim that our farmer organizations and their members have easy access to the market. So they have a broader market. And in order to do that, market standards and requirements must be achieved by our farmers. So ARISE will be their tool to invest on good methodology and high quality production inputs that will meet the requirements of the market. And for our fourth objective, this is to increase the production and income of farmers. So utilization of available resources of the farmers can increase their income. So through ARISE, they will be able to purchase production inputs in bulk, lowering the cost of production and resulting in an increase in sales and income. So for our last objective, so this one focuses mainly on KM or knowledge management. So this is our last objective. So it includes the adaptation of technology and methodology used for more effective and efficient production. So it supports both emergency and resiliency initiatives, including a simple e-commerce platform for FOs and food consumers. So also, we will continue having a regular meeting with our ARISE partners, which includes sharing of good practices and lessons learned. So now let us proceed with the principles on the sign of the ARISE Recoverable Grant. So our first principle is to maintain the value of our ARISE fund. So currently the value of fund value of our ARISE is estimated at 1.8 million US dollar. And in order for us to avoid the currency risk, the RIA team conducted research on how we can avoid or at least minimize the foreign exchange risk. So this will be discussed during our bilateral meeting with each country. So furthermore, to make the fund more sustainable, we are also aiming to include the administrative costs that will be incurred during the whole operation for ARISE. So for our second principle, making the terms attractive to farmers with other financing. So as you see on the slide, we have identified two major indicators, so which are the first one is loan charges, and then the second one is expanded eligibility. So for the loan charges, it includes interest rates and service fees. So as much as possible, we aim to implement a minimal and reasonable fees to be charged to our partners. So meanwhile, for the expanded eligibility, it covers the duration of the loan, the ceiling per commodity. Again, we will all discuss this in detail during our bilateral meeting on June 2022. So for our third principle, this one refers to the responsiveness to the needs of our farmers. So our team would want to continue the implementation of ARISE by having simple requirements, meaning there will be simple procedures, less documents needed, and short processing time. So we also aim to cater to non-bankable farmers. So when you say non-bankable farmers, they do not have any existing enterprise, but they have the resources and the capacity to start or implement an enterprise. So it must also be ensured that their product that they are proposing meets the demand of the market. So for our next slide, so this one refers to the flexibility. So meaning guidelines may differ from country to country on economic and socio-cultural considerations. And then that's the reason why we will have a bilateral meeting on June 2023. So next, for the eligible projects for financing, so this is now our third agenda. So as mentioned earlier, we will continue to provide assistance on the production and working capital of the farmers and FOs. So we will focus on the capital requirements that can be converted easily into cash, such as production inputs, raw materials, etc. So this will ensure not only us, but as well as the NIA, the FOs, that repayment can be made within the approved duration. So in addition, we also aim to continue to have at least 40% of female and 20% of youth to be part of our direct and indirect beneficiaries. Now let's proceed with the next part. This is the eligible proponents. So for the eligible proponents, here are the lists that we need to consider. So first, the FO or the cooperative must be registered within the national APFP or FO4A platform. They must have at least 150 members. They must have an existing accounting system, preferably computer-based, must have a qualified finance person, must be one of the priority FOs indicated in the APFP-FO4A unified log frame, and the commodities for funding should be part of the priority value chains identified in the unified log frame. So, as you remember, last March we discussed, or we had a bilateral discussion on the priority and lead FOs as well as the priority commodities. So we will just check it on the submitted unified log frame once we have received some proposals for ARISE project. So now for the process and workflow, the first procedure or the first process is to have or to open a call for expression of interest. So AFA will issue a call for expression of interest to all NFOs in the APFP-FO4A platform. And also, now, just to correct, AFA or the RIA team will issue a call for expression of interest to all the existing ARISE partners last year. So next is NFO to submit expression of interest or the NIAS, target NIAS, and disbursement plan. Then next, AFA to conduct due diligence. So for previous ARISE NIAS, due diligence will not be conducted anymore. So next, AFA to review the level of demand based on the new program design. And then AFA shall draft a recoverable grant agreement and submit to NIA for review and comments. Okay, so yan. So next is our sixth step or process, NIA to submit a request for fund release for the release of fund. So once our recoverable grant agreement is accepted, which means it is being signed by both parties, both the RIA and the NIA, then it's time for the NIA to submit a request for the fund release, for the release of fund. So next is AFA to transfer the fund to the NIA. So once reviewed, once all documents submitted by the NIA is reviewed and approved by the RIA team, then it's time that the RIA team will do or will transfer the fund to the NIA. Next, NIA to issue a call for proposal to the NFOs and sub-NFOs. Then next, so based from the project concepts, disbursement plan, and board resolution from the proponent NFOs or sub-NFOs, NIA will conduct due diligence and review of the proposals. And then the NIA will submit the reviewed proposals to AFA or to the RIA for no objection. Okay, so next, NIA to execute a sub-recoverable grant agreement with the NFOs or sub-NFOs. So once proposal gained no objection from the RIA, then it is time to the NIA to execute a sub-recoverable grant agreement between the with the sub-NFOs or NFOs. The next, NIA to release the fund to the NFOs or sub-NFOs who will implement the project. And then next will be the repayment of sub-NFOs and NFOs once the duration is completed. And then templates and deadline of reports must be in accordance with the recoverable grant agreement. So this is the NIA must submit regular reports to AFA. So it should be in accordance with our template and with the deadline of reports. Next, our last step or procedure, NIA repayment to AFA. So NIA to repay the fund, including the charges and fees stipulated in the agreement. So next, for the activities, so here you can see on the first column, these are the activities targeted to be implemented for our second phase of ARISE. And on the second column is the timeline. So for the first activity, ARISE Recoverable Grant launching. So this is happening now, so May 2022. Next is call for expression of interest and bilateral meeting, which will be conducted on June 2022. Next, selection and contracting, June 2022. Fund release and authorization to use the fund. So this will be conducted or done on between June to July 2022. NIA project implementation and reporting. So this will be continued starting from July 2022 up to May 2023. Then NIA collection from proponent NFOs and sub-NFOs. So it is expected all funds will be collected on June 2023, and the repayment of the NIA to AFA will be on June 2023. So again, that would be all for our ARISE next phase presentation. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Junie. That was a lot, and that's something we really look forward to. So wait up, Nias, and we're going to have the bilateral meetings and discuss in details what will happen with regards our second phase. But at this point, let me call on our partner and co-implementer of FO4A from the AgriCord side, the program coordinator, Ms. Katja Vuri. Katja, please take the floor.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the invitation to this very nice event, and greetings from Brussels, Belgium, where AgriCord Secretariat is based. Congratulations for the great organization to the AFA team. It's been really an excellent event, and of course, congratulations to all the FOs who have been presenting all the achievements that you've had, all the inspiring results. It's been really great to listen to all this. It's been very interesting to hear how you have been using this revolving funds model to address the access to finance issue, and quite successfully, it seems. So it will be nice to hear even more in depth some analysis of the results achieved, because not all the financial partners that we have are open to this model. So maybe from the lessons learned from these experiences, we can convince some more of them. All in all, in AgriCord, we believe very much in this kind of peer-to-peer learning. And from our side, for FO4 Asia, the implementation started a little bit later than with the AFA partners. And our FOs and agri agencies are now busily implementing, and we hope that next time there's this kind of a knowledge fair, we can also bring some experiences and best practices and maybe also challenges and things that didn't work out that well to share with all of you. So without further ado, thank you very much. And once again, congratulations to everybody, and success for the coming months with your work. Thank you. Over to the moderator.
Thank you, Katja. Okay. So now we are going to the last part of our program.
And now, before we end the program, let us have our photo ops first.
We're going to have a photo ops of everybody, so kindly turn on your videos. We hope that you also have your hat, farmer's hat, for the Farmer Hat Salute closing activity. But for now, everyone, we invite everyone to turn on your videos and join us in the photo ops. Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Please show your beautiful faces.
I'm sorry, my computer.
Oh yeah, Sopal. Okay, so Irish, can you help us have the photo?
Okay. We have 2 pages, so please keep smiling for a few seconds. First page, 1, 2, 3. And moving to the next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you. And now let's proceed to the hat salute.
We are in a closing part of our program. We invite everyone to turn on your videos for our closing Farmers Hat Salute.
Okay, turn on your videos now, and we're going to do the Farmers Hat Salute. On a count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's do it together now. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And then in your local language, you will shout, "Long live family farmers!"
Okay, let's do that together. 1, 2, 3.
Long live family farmers!
Hands up again!
Mabuhay pamilyang magsasaka!
Look, Pekan!
Bumabangon pa ang araw, ngunit kumikilos na ang mga mahal sa buhay, nanay, tatay, ate, kuya. May kanya-kanyang gawain sa loob at sa labas. Oh, masipag ang pamilyang magsasaka.